Yo, 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 we are live once again. Ball Don't Lie, NBA Finals post game show, man. Game 5 just wrapped up. The Golden State Warriors take a 3-2 series lead with a 104-94 win here in, well, not here. I'm not in the Bay Area. I'm in Los Angeles. But in the Bay Area, as usual, it's me. You got Scott. You know to follow me on Twitter at Barberchair Scott. Got Dante. You know to follow him at October Zonte. And we got the one, the only Damien, aka I'm Velvet Jones, who has been MIA from the
I am back.
barbershare space.
Ain't no clue where bro been at.
And he is a fraud.
Yeah. When we're back on summer sessions next week, Damien will be back. Last week, if he was on last week, we got kicked off Patreon because we was wild. Yeah. We was wild last week. But we are here. Another good game. I felt another good competitive game. Went down. I won't say went down to the wire, but it was a close game in the fourth quarter until the Celtics do. The Celtics do in close games, man. Like that's the one thing you gotta do with Boston. Just get them niggas in a close game, and you got them right where they want it.
They gonna turn the ball over at the most inopportune time. Dumb passes, dumb shots, and you just capitalize on it. That's all you got to do, really.
Yeah, and like we said, before we got on air, who would have thought we would have said, the Andrew Wiggins game? Like we all been waiting on Clay to really go off and do his thing, but tonight it was Andrew Wiggins who really carried the squad.
Andrew Wiggins carried Steph for a shit ass game. Steph went 7 for 22. It was only 16 points. This nigga went 0 of 9 from 3-point range.
Got to be the first time in his career, right?
It has to be the first time, at least in the playoffs, that he's never made a three. I feel like it was a mix of they played really good defense on him, but he also had some looks too. He had some looks that he was just jagging in this game. But it's also kind of good that he's been carrying these motherfuckers the whole series. So it's about time they bailed him out. PBS Logo had a pretty good game with 21 points. Went 5 from 11 from 3. Dre looked like Dre today. First Dre game, I felt like he looked good. 8 rebounds, 8 points, 7 assists. Played pretty good defense. But the Celtics, man, this is like I said, in every game they've lost the series has been the reason that I picked them to lose the series because of just all the offensive, problems they have. Jason Tatum, who his numbers for you. If you look at the box score, you like 27 points. 10 of 25 from 9 for 3-point line, 10 rebounds. He had a great game. No, he did not. Y'all let this man fool y'all. And I will let my Duke hater friend take the floor here.
He is not that guy. He fools y'all. He does this every game. He fools y'all. He gets you. He'll hit them easy spot up threes and he about to kill today. No. Yep. Nigga disappears. This game, I actually thought he figured it out because he was going to the rack at first. He was getting easy shots. And then he just starts settling like he does. Fadeaways. Yep. You get up under him, he's doing fadeaways from bad angles, bad turnovers, and then he just disappears. And then you're not worried about him. Yeah. Like that's with him, like he'll get you 20-something, but if you're a good defensive team, you don't fear that nigga. Because what he gives you, he's gonna give it back up.
100%. And it's like you can tell he's in his own head now. You know what I'm saying? It's like once they start D'ing him up and he start doing that little jump shot instead of just going to the basket. Usually when Tatum goes to the basket, they don't have an answer for him. And this for the first time, I think the Celtics got their own taste, their own medicine foul-wise. Because they was getting every call, I felt like, these first couple games. And that little bullshit that was going really didn't go for it, man. Like, that's really what, was going on there. And it just Jaylen Brown wasn't good. It was just bad shit. Like, I'm to the point where, as great as Ime Udoka is, this motherfucker run offensive sets. Like, it'd be like a whole bunch of 2K ball.
Yeah, I mean, I think like he wants to run sets, but at the end of the day, your star players are gonna do what they do. And like you said with Jason Tatum, it's been disappointing the way we've seen him play offensively. And you got to tip your cap to Andrew Wiggins and Draymond and everybody who's had taking a turn guarding him because they've all forced him into tough shots. Like he hasn't been able to really get any easy buckets. Like you said, today was really one of the first days we saw him start out getting those easy buckets. So we saw, okay, all right, he might have one of those games where he goes for 35, 40. But, he wasn't able to do that. And, just to get back to the Warriors, Clay scoring 21, I feel like, throughout this playoffs, anytime he scored more than 18 points, they damn near won. I don't have the official stat, but like when Clay is able to actually get points up and get buckets, we've seen good things from the Warriors. And so, like, a night like tonight, if I'm Boston, this scares me because, like you said, Steph played like shit, and it's not gonna happen again. And you lost by 10.
Yeah,
so
right. It's not like you lost by like a point, like a possession. You lost by 10. It honestly should have been more than that, man. Like there was like a point in really the second quarter and this one when they just was letting them like stay around. And that's kind of to me been the story of every game this series outside of like game 3. It's been the Warriors tweaking. Like, I believe this series be over already if they'd have fucking won game 1.
You know what I'm saying? This third quarter, they came out. I'm like, what is y'all niggas doing?
Yeah.
I swear they didn't score for a cool, 5 minutes?
4 minutes, yeah.
Something like that. But you look back up, and they only was down 3, 4.
They was up 1 when the quarter ended.
Yeah,
for as bad as they played in the third, Boston couldn't just capitalize on it and keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
And then fourth quarter came, and you can't rely on Tatum now because he turned into Chuck Person. Chuck shit. And when that shit ain't falling, like it's a wrap.
It's like I don't know what, and he's been doing this. And shout out to Pavy, we've been talking about this all postseason. Like people been calling me and Pavy haters. Like we've been saying that like he's not having a good. Like I think he's shooting like 29% from 2.
No,
postseason.
I saw a stat that Steph is averaging a higher number than his field goal percentage.
That's crazy.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's crazy. A shout out to everybody in the chat room. Isaiah said, bro can do summer sessions. Can't do summer sessions, but he can do this.
There you go.
Shout out to the homie G Braggs in the comments. He said Boston's bench all of a sudden doesn't seem very deep. If Boston wins the 7 games, this series will have had 4 lead changes. Been a great finals. Fans got to stop doing stuff at halftime. Stay your damn seat. Get your trades in the regular season.
Yeah. Nah, he right, bro. Because like we talk about game 1 when they stole it on the road. You had a big game. You had a good game from your role players tonight. Marcus Smart gave you a dub, but Al Horford had 9. Derek White had 1. You know what I'm saying? Grant Williams had 3. So, those players who, like we always say, role players don't really show up on the road. When they do, that's usually when you're able to steal a game. But tonight, they weren't able to get that contribution from those guys. And so, like I said, bro, if you Boston going back, like I said, I agree, it's been a very good series. It's going to be, like I said, another chess match because you got to see, bro, tonight you did everything theoretically that you want to do when it comes to slowing Steph down. Like you running him off his shot. You had Steph go 0 for 9 from 3 and you still lost by 10 points, bro.
It's
like,
never gonna happen again.
When you go back to the crib, like how do you really rationalize that and say like, all right, this is what we got to do? Like,
right.
It's
I think Kerr figured out how to neutralize them bench dudes because what do the bench dudes do? All they do, Grant Williams, if he not in the corner, he not doing shit on offense.
Yeah.
Like you get him out the corner, he ain't doing shit. Horford 45 years old, so he could do this shit once a week. So he might get double digits game 6.
Horford's whole postseason has pissed me off because he not like this, bro. Like you not like this. Like I was talking about this today. Like they traded this man to OKC and left him for dead. Like he ain't supposed to be hooping the way he hooping right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't say that, G, because I mean, I think Al has been like low key. He's been this productive. He's just been on shitty teams, G. Like,
right, he was ass in Philadelphia.
But that was.
I know
he was even on Philadelphia.
Yeah, but you gotta think when you in Philly, when you with Embiid and shit like that, I think this is more so a system that fits him. Because like when he played at his best in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? When he was with that was before Bud went up to Milwaukee, but you saw how he played when he was down here, just in that free, like that offensive system and that style of play. So like I think I agree, like you said, this is not what you expect every day from Al fucking Horford at all. But I mean, at the same time, being back in Boston, like you saw that, him being, rejuvenated, but that shit ain't gonna be enough. It's not. Like it's not.
And we talk about the others. I mean, like you talk about how many points they didn't get on the bench. Like if you look at their bench, these motherfuckers had 10 bench points. You got 31 just between GP2 and Jordan Poole in this game. You know what I'm saying?
GP
like
ain't a scorer.
And GP not a scorer because they keep leaving them open for three, and he banging them joints, and he knows how to get to the basket. There was a couple.
Yeah,
good
he makes a
passes
lot
from
of
Steph
really
and
good
Draymond.
cuts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to GP too. I saw when it was like breaking down like how many teams he's been on, how many, he's in the G League for 5 years. I really love his whole little grind. Like he's actually going to fill out to be like a video editor for the Warriors when they cutted him earlier this season. So shout out to him. But as far as the Celtics, like I feel like, of course, this game was a must win for both. I feel like when you're in this late of the series, every game is a must win. But they really fucked up here because, and not that they can't win at home, but if you're the Warriors, you're going into game 6, like let's just keep it close into the fourth quarter because they'll come out strong. They're gonna come out, the crowd gonna be on fire. They're gonna look to punch the Warriors in the fucking mouth. The Warriors need to be like, we need to get this done now. I know, even though game 7 will be at home, and the old phrase, game 7, as long as you got the best player, you're good. And the Warriors do have the best player in this series. You still don't want to chance it with these young bucks. You know what I'm saying? As good as they are on the road. I feel like if you look at the Celtics faces on the bench, that's the most shook I've seen them look all postseason. Like
they started
what the fuck we gotta do? Yeah.
They started the game off shook. And I was like, oh, this shit might be ugly.
Yeah.
I might actually go do some work today. Because at one point it was like 26-8 or some shit. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it might. But then, like you always say, Warriors start playing with their food and slowly let them come back.
I say the Warriors play with their food. Richard Jefferson said the Warriors are the number one fuck around and find out team because they fuck around all the time. And then sometimes they do the same thing to other teams. Like, all right, keep us around. Y'all, that's exactly what they are. The Warriors, they need the killer instinct. When you go on Thursday night in these boys, if you can go in the fourth quarter and it's like you down 5 or 6 points, I believe you got them where you want them. Because not only they have a problem in close games, now you have a problem in a close game with your season on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, It took in the second round against Milwaukee. Remember that game? It's like it was like Giannis had like 40-some, Tatum had like 40-some, but of course Giannis had no help from anybody else. Like there was no Middleton with this. So they gonna finally need Tatum to play 4 quarters. And if Tatum don't play 4 quarters, I hope Boston fans get ready to hope that the Red Sox play better because this one's gonna be a fucking wrap.
Yeah, Jay, it's crazy. I'm looking at the game stats. Boston hit 2 more threes than the Warriors. Boston out rebounded them by 8.
That's
crazy.
But
the Warriors had they outscored them in the paint by 14. So, you know what I'm saying? Just little shit like that. And so it's like if you Boston, you really have to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, how can we not only get stops, you have to get buckets, G. Like we raved about the defense the entire playoffs, but if they can't get buckets, if Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown can't get buckets when they need them to get buckets, all that shit don't matter. And that's what we've seen so far in these losses in this series. Because, bro, the Celtics put up 35 in the third quarter. Like, and 35. Like you said, at the end of the quarter, they were still losing.
Damn.
They were losing. So it's like, fuck, like, what do you do?
Yeah. All these Kobe jokes, man, me dying. Somebody said Kobe would have blocked Tatum number. Which is fucking hilarious. And next time a Kobe disciple makes the playoffs, so let's just stop with the cut. Well, as a Kobe fan, it pisses me off, not just in basketball, but anytime that somebody was like, even had a picture of Kobe, well, this is Mamba mentality. Kobe would have wanted this. Y'all don't know what the fuck Kobe would have wanted, G. Let's stop using Kobe as like this metaphor or like this symbol of any time somebody wins a championship, though. That shit is fucking annoying. But what can the Celtics do to win on Thursday? Like, what's the things they have to do to try to push this to a game 7?
I think they need to find a way to get. I think we've been saying it. They need to find a way to get easy buckets.
Yeah. But
the problem is their 2 best players, they don't get easy buckets. They like to do the 2K fadeaway jumper. Both of them do.
Yeah.
The only thing is Tatum shit looks smoother than Jaylen Brown's. But if that shit ain't falling, then you're relying on what? Marcus Smart to hit 5-6 threes. Like, it's not going to happen. So if they find a way, like Udoka got to go to the drawing board to come up with some shit and be like, niggas, please run these plays. Trust me. Right. Run these plays. I didn't sleep for 2 days. I got Nia Long in the bed. I ain't touched the booty because I'm on a chalkboard. Please figure some shit out and run these plays so y'all can get some layups. Because if not, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I agree more than anything. You need easy buckets, and you need your stars to be like stars, to play like stars. We say all we want about the role players showing up and about the benches and all of that, but it's the NBA Finals, so you need your best players to be at their best. And so for Jason Tatum, you need one of those, like you said, one of those 30, 35 point games that he's had in earlier rounds. You know, Jaylen Brown, you can't have 18. You need more from him. You really got those guys got to step up and carry this team because, like, I agree with run the plays, trust each other, but at the same time, when it comes to like winning the championship, your stars are what's going to win you that ring. So
yeah,
I think at least for Game 6, you got to have big games from Tatum and Brown. Like
I think they
of course
both got to score 30.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
was about
say
to say
it's easy to like try to be like on some Bron and Kyrie type shit, but that's
that
not
that type of
41-41. That's
shit
not gonna
is
happen.
like
But you need both of them to have a very good game.
that Kyrie Brown performance, which is 6 years ago today, was one of the performances where, like, even though I seen it real time, I never believe I actually saw that shit. Like that
Yeah.
shit. And like the thing that people don't realize about that game, it was a close game. It was not like these niggas was up 30. Like they needed every last one of them points that Kyrie and LeBron had, and people thought that these two niggas was gonna do that shit. It was not gonna happen. Like for them to win, both y'all hit the nail on the head. For them to win on Thursday, I need to see when I log into my YouTube after the game, the NBA got like a little compilation video, 55, 60 points from Tatum and Brown. Like I need one of them. If not, you gonna go to the NBA YouTube and it's gonna say Warriors championship celebration. Like that's what they need. Like they need that. The defense has not been the issue all series. You need these two to step up, and they got to do it to win this series. Like they just can't do it on Thursday. If they win on Thursday, they got to do that shit on Sunday. If they want to win the championship, they got to do something that the Warriors ain't had all season. The Warriors ain't lost back-to-back games all postseason. They've lost one game at home, and they just got that championship medal. And this is where I think they fucked up because now you're seeing Clay starting to play like Clay. Draymond starting to play like Draymond. Poole played dickhead ball, but Poole still had a good game off the bench. And now Wiggins has quietly been good all fucking series.
Yeah.
Like, if Steph ain't have those great games, it might be his finals MVP.
I'm gonna say Steph tweak again. He might lose that motherfucker.
Right,
I'm gonna tell you why it's not happening. Those voters are not voting against him ever again. That shit is never happening. Bro. I believe Steph can have
Andrew Wiggins his redemption story.
Yeah, he give you another double, bro, and Steph had another one of these fuck up games.
The niggas who vote are never voting against Steph again. It's just not gonna happen. I believe Steph could finish with 15 combined points over these next two games, and they still giving it to that nigga. The way they be talking about in the media, it's just not gonna happen.
And one thing I just thought about, like with these two Celtics wins, it took the first game they scored what? They hit 22 threes in
17
game one.
in a row.
Well, not points, but they hit 21 threes in that game, in game one. The game, what was it, game 3 that they won?
Yeah, they won game 3, yeah.
It took Tatum, Brown, and old ass Horford Smart to all have 25 in 5 games. That hasn't happened since Magic, Kareem, and Worthy. So, like, their 2 wins have been, honestly, on some fluky,
right,
like 1 in a million type shit.
Yeah, shit that ain't happening over decades. Because even the 17 in a row points that they had, the 17-0 run, that didn't happen since what, the 2000 finals or some shit like that. Like I think the Lakers did that against the Pacers or something. It's been at least 20 years. Like it's been a while, and that's why I'm with you. Like I feel like the series could have been over if the Warriors didn't play their food in game 1. And to me, and the number one thing that I've been seeing in the media was from the niggas who love the Celtics. Well, it's really what the Celtics do, not what the Warriors do. That's some bullshit. If you watch the series, it's been when the Warriors tweak off. And what's been the story? We kept saying these motherfuckers had 18 turnovers, G. Yeah. 18. They do this shit. That's just who they are, bro. Tatum had 4 himself. Brown had 5. Like you can't have 9 turnovers between your 2 best players.
Right. And then you know Mark is gonna give you about 3 or 4 off top. Just cause
them couple minutes at the beginning of the 4th quarter was masterclass dickhead Marcus Smart. The flop where he like slid off the Clay 3 was nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The tech was nasty. Now, granted, Jordan Poole should win a fucking Emmy for the way he sold that.
But if you look at the play before, Marcus Smart hip checked the fuck out of him. He was standing because Smart didn't get a foul call.
Yeah.
So that's a little get back on Smart for being an asshole.
Marcus Smart is one of the players like, yes, he's had a great postseason, but if you let him shoot, That's a good way to beat them. Like, let this nigga shoot. Like, when he get hot, he get hot. But when that nigga's off, bro, it is disgusting. You know what I'm saying? And Robert Williams is one of those things, like, when we was watching Zach LaVine this year, like, that knee ain't right. Like, even though Zach will have, like, 25, 30, like, the knee ain't right. Robert Williams just ain't healthy, bro. Like, 30, you need more than 30 minutes from him. Like, you need him to be in the 40 range for them to win, because he affects the game so much for the Celtics, where the Warriors don't get any easy baskets. Like, they've missing layups from Robert Williams in there, but he just can't go a full game. And I think that's going to be a real huge problem. They're going to have the best offensive game they've had all season, because even the games the Warriors have lost, they still put up points. And Steph smells the finish line now. He knows niggas like, well, Steph played like ass. They carried on today. These niggas read Twitter, bro. These niggas read Twitter. Like, I think Richard Jefferson said that Steph reads Twitter during halftime, so he see the shit that these niggas are saying. He's gonna come out for blood on Thursday, and I really think these niggas missed the golden opportunity, man. Really,
I agree.
Yeah, Celtics are cooked, bro. It's a wrap.
Well, there we go. Prediction time. Who for Thursday? How you got this going?
Oh, this is not making it back to the Bay. I agree. I think Steph had a bad game today, but I think he is gonna come out. And he's gonna come out firing, bro. All guns are blazing. Especially, you gotta think he's gonna be emboldened off the strength that I played like shit today and we still beat y'all. So if Steph comes out firing, he catches fire and, like, bro, he hit 6-7 threes. I think he's gonna really cement that, because we talked about the legacy game and all that, even though I think that's an overrated statement. But I think that's this game 6. This is this opportunity, like you said, lock up that finals MVP, and I think he does that. I think it's a wrap when they go back to Boston.
Yeah, I think Boston gonna come out hot. I think, like, first 2 quarters, I say they'll be up double digits or close to it. But as the game progresses, I think Steph's just gonna will them.
Yeah,
like you said, Steph sees this. Like, it's almost over. This is probably it's gonna be the most appreciated championship that they got in their entire run, and he sees that shit. Another one they gonna want to get it for Clay.
Yeah,
him and Draymond gonna do whatever it takes to get that shit for Clay. So
here's my
gonna go all out, and by the end of the game, I'll say they win by 5.
I'm with you on. I'm 100% with you, Damien. I before this game started, I said it was going 7, but after watching this game, I think the Celtics fucked up. Like, they had a golden opportunity. Like, and I feel like the Warriors, like, they know where they got it right now. And like you brought up how they want to get it for Clay, I got even 2 more reasons why I think they want this, so they can smell the finish line. 2 reasons. One, what's the number one thing we always hear about the first Warriors championship? When Kyrie was hurt, Kevin Love was hurt. They want to get rid of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they also, Draymond wants some people. What did he tell Kevin Durant? We don't need you. There's anybody who wants to be sure his words was right. It's Draymond Green. I think we're going to get a amazing Draymond game on Thursday. In fact, Draymond's been great since the last 2 minutes of game 4. Like, Dante, we talked about it in the post game of the last one. He had 2 real key rebounds at the end that led to that dagger Steph 3. He played great all this one. I think we have a great Draymond game. Game 6, Clay. He's primed for one of these. I think this is going to be the first game where all 3 of them connect. And just like you said, Damon, I think the Celtics are going to come out on fire. There might be a thing where they start off like it's like a 14-4 type lead or some shit like that. But if they can get to the 4th quarter and it's a single-digit game, they got them right what they want. They got them right where they want them, man. So that's all we got for y'all today. Game 5 post-game show. Hopefully Thursday be the finale. Like I've been saying last
fraud from Duke.
I am praying, boy, because I'm about to say when I go for sleep therapy, I want everybody to sign up for the Patreon. I'll be late as fuck
for the brand,
for the people, bro.
Know. I will have a lot of content for y'all this summer, but all that shit will be recorded, nigga. Because I am going on vacation.
We need a break, goddamn it.
This shit is over, dog. So
I have send them texts. Dante be like, I hate podcasting.
I'm not gonna. I hear bro last week like, yo, you sure we doing Ball Don't Lie this week? Like,
no, I was like, bro, let's just wait for the series over. I'm like, bro, this is not even, nigga. I'm tired of doing Ball Don't Lie. Dog. I'm tired of doing these post game shows. I'm not gonna hold you, nigga. I don't want to do none of that shit. But we do it for y'all because we appreciate y'all watching, listening to all our content, man. We appreciate y'all. So tune in with us. Damien, we'll be back on Summer Sessions next week. So
Allegedly.
check that out.
Allegedly.
He will be allegedly.
No, I will.
So he will be
Let
back.
me check the schedule. I should.
We should. He should. Game time decision. Shout out to J.R. Bain for holding it down for us in the meantime. But
super sub.
He's the sixth man. So tune in Thursday. I'm Not Gonna Hold You, which is technically like the pregame show. So check that out. And then we'll be over here for the post game. And hopefully the NBA Finals will be over. Now, that's what I'm hoping. And you know what I'm saying? I can get back to watching my mediocre baseball team. So we'll holler at y'all on Thursday, man. We out.